Hey guys, I'm Steve Cortez, owner of ArchAgent, here with a good friend, mega successful real estate agent, David Ernst from New Orleans, Louisiana.
I don't know about mega, but
All right.
I like to work hard.
You do, you work very hard. So I appreciate your time. Just wanted to talk a little bit about, where the market is in New Orleans, how you built your business and what you're currently focused on.
That's definitely three different tough questions, right? Yeah. I guess how I got started was I was really originally selling in Memphis. And in Memphis, we always had a lot of expired listings, right? And that's how I actually started with that market there, was working expireds and working canceled listings. I never really did a lot of for sale by owners back in the day, but I was actually, Joe Lehman was with Mike. He came to work for Crylike at the time as our coach, in-house coach. Okay. So I got to learn the scripts, which was really super important. In this business, you got to know what to say. So You get to the source. He's a Mike Ferry coach. He taught me the Mike Ferry scripts.
Okay.
So back then I had some data, which was fine at the time. And then I moved markets. Well, that was back in 2010, went back to Louisiana, New Orleans. And back then there was a fair number of expireds, but not so much like it was where you could have a thriving business on it like it was in Tennessee. So I really had to get out of my comfort zone in that fact to start finding other sources. And so I started doing more for sale by owners, try to do more expireds or whatever I could find on that front I would call. I guess that's morphed into today where I've tried to call, I try to find vacant property owners. Or when I'm driving around neighborhoods, I see they're working on properties, renovating properties. I try to find that through your system. I backtrack the address and taxable address and put it in your system. It gives me data.
So you just upload the postal address and we kick you back the owner and the contact.
That's right. That's correct, yeah. So I do that, and both those work great. Occasionally I call for rent by owners, because you got to have at least 5 sources today or more. Right. And you got to be able to break that up so you consistently can have just some quality conversations to get an appointment. I mean, that's the key in the business now, is to set one appointment a day. Okay. If I can do that, I'll make a living,
Okay, so do you prioritize any lead source?
That's a great question. What I do prioritize, yes. I mean, in the morning, first thing, I try to reach out to the most recent expired or canceled. That's crucial. I try to break my prospecting time into 30-minute increments. Go try expireds and canceled for a half an hour. Do center of influence, do your past clients another half hour. I've got an investor list of people that we've worked with on the investor side. Try to call them 30 minutes. So yeah, it's important because other times you just get kind of contactitis. If you just spend too much time working with one group, it gets a little overwhelming, and sometimes you just don't get the results that you should get by not breaking it up. So you do a lot better job for an agent if they want to build a business to have those different sources that they're going after on a daily basis. And that's actually a hard thing to do. Sometimes it's better if you have an admin staff, let them provide you with the data who you need to call that day.
Okay. So do you find expireds to be the most challenging?
No, actually I like expireds a lot. And especially in a market like we're starting to see now where inventory is starting to rise. 3 months ago you didn't have any expired listings. So now you're starting to see maybe we got 3 come in a day. Maybe we have a couple other canceled. So, which is going to be great because guys like me are going to really thrive on having those leads to call because they actually need help. I mean, the people that really need to sell today still need to sell. They need the right agent to sell it. Right. So the difference, what we're seeing now is, hell, all you had to have was a pulse back in January to sell a house, right? Well, now it's a different animal. So now that the market's changed, you're going to have a certain skill set to be able to tell the sellers what it's actually going to take to sell their house. And so, yeah, we need them like they need us. It's a hand-in-hand situation.
So recently we introduced a likely to list predictive analytic in New Orleans. Right. So have you had a chance to use that?
I've been really using it more on the proximity basis where I'm really focused on finding that exact owner, where I can't seem to find it. Okay. But I'm interested in trying to use that more.
Okay.
Yeah, because to me, it's all about finding the listing.
Right. So you use almost all my lead sources, right?
Oh, I do. Yeah.
And would you say that the investment you pay for that is giving you back a return?
Oh, for sure. Listen, I mean, to me, it's about having, I've used a lot of different lead sources in the past, okay? The key is not having more numbers, it's having the right number, okay? And you'll get agents that say, oh, it doesn't matter if it's the wrong number. You can still ask if they want to sell their house. Well, that's fine and dandy, but that's just contactitis. Right. What I want to do is find the guy who's actually got the house that came off the market.
So David, you've used a lot of lead sources from a lot of different companies.
I have.
How would you say that ArchAgent is different?
Well, I think the real big issue for me is that I want correct data, okay? And instead of getting 4 or 5 different numbers that could be somebody, a hot voice on the other side of the line, I really want to reach the owner. That's crucial for me.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
Listen, I really appreciate your time.
Certainly.
Thank you for sharing your expertise with us and with the people watching this. And thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It's great to see you.